On Saturday, representatives of political parties under the umbrella of the Inter-Party Organization of Dialogue IPOD met President Yoweri Museveni at State House. He called for tough action against electoral violence and the monetization of politics, which he said were major impediments to democracy. However, representatives of the largest opposition parties, FDC and DP, didn't attend the meeting. The president promised more commitment to dialogue, especially to check electoral violence. However, some opposition parties have reservations about this commitment and wonder why the president appears to have renewed commitment to the IPOD process, something he has given a cold shoulder for many years.
So we said we will no longer participate in IPOD meetings when the NRM does not bring its leader. So eventually, I think the IPOD spoke to Museveni, and instead of convening a meeting of IPOD, Museveni chose to host the IPOD as if he was hosting an organ of NRM. For us, Mr. Museveni must come to IPOD meetings as NRM chairman.
To the contrary, I think this time, from what I hear, is that the president is very much interested in the dialogues.
He is realizing that this is the time for us to grow multipartyism. Otherwise, he risks ending up like the way Kwame Nkrumah's party ended up, or the way Kanu ended up.
FDC spokesperson and chief opposition parliamentary chief whip Ibrahim Semujunganda insists that IPOD meetings must be held in a neutral venue and not in State House for the proceedings to be credible.
Mr. Museveni himself, for us as FDC, is illegitimate. So his continued stay in State House must be one of the issues to be discussed by the IPOD. In fact, when we are briefed by our colleagues to do the agenda, Museveni as a person and Museveni as a leader must be part of what we are going to discuss in those IPOD meetings.
I am not saying State House is bad. It's a government entity. But for party business, we are safer dealing with the neutral venue or the national headquarters of each political party.
The president committed himself to the memorandum of understanding that he signed, and he has committed to avail himself at a neutral venue to discuss with the other leaders, his colleague leaders of the other political parties.
Makerere University political science don Dr. Sabiti Makara urges that the supremacy of people's power, as stated in Article 1 of the Constitution, should be given priority during the IPOD meeting slated for 12th December.
People's power sometimes is usurped by a few people who assume that they represent the people, and then the people are relegated. I think this is going to be #1 discussion. Where are the people? Where is people's sovereignty?
President Yoweri Museveni is scheduled to launch the long-awaited national dialogue on 21st November. According to Dr. Makara, the two groups should hold one dialogue since they have similar objectives, instead of appearing to work at cross purposes.
Actually, it is possible that the results, the outcome of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue engagement will form an integral part of what shall be taken to the national dialogue process when it commences.
IPOD brings together the political parties represented in Parliament. These are the ruling National Resistance Movement (NRM), Forum for Democratic Change (FDC), Democratic Party (DP), Uganda People's Congress (UPC), and Justice Forum (JEMA). Ali Mivule, NTV.